H-Town, what's up? You know what time it is. It's time for the best 120 minutes of your day. The Chop Shop, the nation's #1 urban sports talk show, and also your midday sports happy hour. Yours truly, Robert Hatter, alongside Jim Hicks and sometimes Chris Walker, coming to you live from Houston, Texas, but we're broadcasting all over the world via Facebook Live and YouTube Live, and it's Tuesday morning, and we're going to get the rocking and rolling. It's a whole lot of stuff going on. I had to turn off the podcast. Oh, man, I like that. I got you. You can watch the podcast anytime. This thing here is live. Yeah, I haven't paid it. That thing, you can take that. This thing here is live in living color. What's up? How y'all doing? Let me shout out to my starting five today. Let me shout out to my starting five. That Darryl Barnes is in the building. We got Thaddeus Moody in the building. Hold up, let me make sure. Because I got to see. Because I'm looking at my devices, y'all. Y'all know what I be doing. So I got Darryl Barnes, I got Thaddeus Moody, I got DeMar Hall, Simeon Sims, D. Holcomb, all dudes today. And then Jeremy Davis is the sixth man. What my girl? Y'all know I don't like to start this show with all them dudes. Let me see where my girls at. Let me go on down. I see y'all up there. I see you, Tyrone. Hey, Monte. Hey, Dale. Dale. Got something for Dale today. Hey, Brandy. Oh, I'm a girl. That Tina. Okay. Santa may have saved them Cowboys. Jalen Rain and show. Hey, Belinda. Yes. Hold up. Where my girl at, man? Share the show, everybody, right quick. Share the show. Let me see. Hold on. Let me see. Let me play. Let me play something for Dale right quick. Hold on. Hey, ain't nobody calling me, texting me, paging me, asking me, are you still involved? I had to play that for my girl this morning. Dale, that was for you, Dale, go some back. Dale, let me tell you something. Some old riding cowboy hater, Dale, he called me and said, Hatter, play the song anyway. Cause they steal them boys and they still lost. So he said, Hatter, you can play that song if they win or they lose. So that was Dale, I played it for you. I ain't play it for him. You follow me? I mean, he's just a cowboy hater. And I know y'all cowboy lovers, but y'all know who else I hate worse than a cowboy lover? Is a cowboy hater. You can't hate on them that bad. Them boys can't do nothing. Brandon said she was looking for that clip 2 weeks ago. But hey, what's up, everybody? Hey, tell me something, y'all. I'm gonna sit back. Share the show right quick. I think I did, didn't I? I think I did. I think I did already. I did. Eric Boone is in the building. I'm just waiting on everybody to get in. Eric Boone is in the building. Eric Boone. Y'all tell me, everybody. My taste said I'm going to hate to see this game if Philly's not full strength. I don't want no. If Philly get their head toe off, they get their head toe off. I don't want to hear about no injuries because everybody get injured in basketball, football. Everybody getting injured. So let me tell you something. I don't care. If Dallas beat their head off, they beat their head off. How the guy? Hey, Miss Barnes, how you doing, Miss Barnes? Miss Barnes, I pray for you every day because you got to deal with Daryl Barnes. Girl, you are the epitome of a great woman. If you got to deal with Daryl Barnes all the time, oh my God, yes, I love it, I love it. Wesley Yates is in the building. Well, that's my World Cup partner right there. He called me talking about the World Cup, but now I said, man, I'm mad about the World Cup because I'm just seeing some stuff. Y'all know how I am. How all of these teams in France and all these teams, but they got African players on it. Yeah, I watched that. Yeah, the Greek freak, but he's from Nigeria. Yeah, okay, I'm watching that. But what's up, Rick Brown? Let me see what's happening. Hey, if anybody, I hate to see Jalen hurt, but it is what it is. Absolutely. Dak got hurt. Didn't nobody feel sorry for Dallas? When Dak got hurt, did nobody feel sorry for Dallas? Y'all talking about they was done. Did I say that too? Dale, was I with him? Oh no, I might have been. I'm sorry, Dale. But Dale, you remember. You remember what I'm talking about now. Y'all got to follow me. So you know what I was thinking about? I did say that. Tina said that to me. Okay, Monte. My bad. Hey, y'all know what? You know why I like to talk to y'all? I'm gonna tell y'all why I really like talking to y'all. I watch y'all. I watch your comments. I know how intelligent y'all are. I really do. But one of my favorite things about talking to wonderful, smart, and interesting people like y'all is that the conversation, somebody called me the other day and told me this, and then I thought about it. The conversation that you start with is never the conversation that you end with. I'm going to repeat that for the people in the back. So I love talking to people on this show, and I love talking to people on the Boom Boom Room because one of my favorite things in life I like to do is about talking to wonderful people, smart and interesting, and is that the conversation that you start is never the conversation that you end with. You follow me? Now, if you just talking to some people who just, and see, that's why I love your comments. I know y'all be mad getting on me when I put the comments on. Y'all think about it. When you comment and I talk about it, that means you provoked something. You started something. I don't care how crazy it is. I might call it crazy. I might call it stupid. But if I'm talking about it, that means it's of relevance. Don't ever forget that. If I ain't mentioning your comments, then you need to comment something else. You need to get your comment game up. So always remember that. See, when you push me and like when you push me and an idea, I get excited. Like somebody came and tried to push an idea on me over the last three days. But they wasn't even excited about their own idea. Can you imagine that, Monte? Daryl Barnes, can you imagine that? Can you imagine? Jeffrey Day in the building. What's up, Jeffrey Day? Robert Young, can you imagine? You come to me, Robert, I got this idea. And you ain't even excited about it. Hell no, I'm not finna do. You're not even excited about your own idea. So when, ladies and gentlemen, I'm just giving y'all, listen, because y'all brilliant, y'all smart. When you come at somebody pitching your idea, you better come with some excitement. How in the hell am I supposed to be excited than you? Well, you know what I told him? Dude, go rethink this thing. Go rethink this thing. Do some more research on this thing. Go rethink this thing, and just let me know if this really, 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 really what it want to do. But I wanted to tell him, man, get the hell out of here. Don't be wasting my time, Eric Boone, with that mess. You ain't even excited about it. Y'all know what I did find out yesterday, and I don't know. I don't know if I ever mentioned this on the show. That when Coach Prime took that job to Jackson State, did y'all realize it was just 3 months after George Ford passed? He talked about it, I think, in the 60 Minutes things, but I didn't get a chance to, I didn't pick up on it. But that had a hand in him taking that job. I didn't think about it. Some of y'all might already realize that, but because I never talked about it. That it was 3 months. Did y'all know? If anybody knew, just raise their hand. I didn't realize that. I overlooked it, DeMar. Just 3 months after that happened. But y'all, I've been wanting to share some stuff with y'all. A couple of things. I'm trying to see. I'll go headline today. I'm gonna go headline today. It's breaking news. Billionaire mortgage lender. Hold on a second before I say that. Hatter, what do you think about Mike Vick leading the documentary series of Evelyn? What do you think about Michael Vick? Let me put it on the screen. Let me put it up there. Hatter, what do I think about Michael Vick leading the documentary series on the evolution of black quarterbacks? I haven't seen it. Or is this a hypothetical question? Is this a rhetorical question? What do you talk? Is it there? Is it an actual? Because I haven't seen it. Is it something that's actual out? Or do you think he should do it? It will be great. It always coming out. Okay. You haven't seen those things. You seen some teasers of it? Because you say you love it. This will be great. It's coming out. So you haven't seen it either. So you said it ain't came. Oh, it's coming out soon. Okay. I got you. Okay. See. I was incomplete there, James. I was incomplete. Well, okay. Awesome. Michael Vick will be a great guy. I think. I think he is one of the. You remember a lot of us and people just left him for dead. He got into that trouble, and I knew some of the gory details of how he was as a man back then. I'm not going to repeat them on the show right now. Hey, D. White. But Michael Vick was, I just hope he got his life together. And that's why y'all always, when I know y'all be laughing at me when I be taking up for people all the time. How do you always taking up? Yeah. Because I know how hard life is, man. And I'm not blind to know that some people that's on this show sometimes, we going through stuff. You're going through stuff. Some people going through stuff. And that type of season. You're mad because you can't buy this and you can't buy this. Let me tell you something. This too shall pass. If you gonna make it through this thing, okay? If you don't get all bent up out of shape about stuff that's out of your control, mad at people about stuff you can, don't do it. Don't do it. People are the most important things in the world. People are the most important. See, when we want something done, we spend money. When God wants something done, he spend people. He go set. Okay, D. White, mom and daddy, you go do y'all thing, and y'all need D. White in this world. I need Jameson Morrow in this world. So y'all go do y'all think it's just y'all mom and daddy just had a glimmer in the eye and just went to work. It was divine. It was an order that you should be here. It's a reason. And you got to find out the reason that you came here. What they said, 2 million sperm, how much too many sperm cells? Out of one sperm go out of a man, go into a woman, and don't but one get in? You 1 in 2 million, D. You 1 in 2 million, Jameson. Guess what? You could have been one of them, 1,999,999. You could have been one of them that didn't make it. You could have been the one. You're still in my headlines, Rob. But I'm finna talk about it. That's how important you are. Y'all, let me tell you something. I might not do everything right, but I'm gonna always try to treat people right. If I'm just telling you, if I don't mess with you, you done something. You need to figure it out. You follow me? You're valuable. I know some of y'all there. That's why I don't understand people taking their life. Y'all, we don't understand that some people are contemplating right now that's doing something and harming themselves. I'm gonna talk about it all the time because I know when a 40-year-old man that's on TV got stuff going for him, live out in Woodland Hills in the valley in LA, got a wife and 3 kids, 2 or 3 kids, and just go blow or get an Uber to a hotel and just a day earlier on videos dancing with his kids and his wife, and then oh, she said poor swimmers. I like that one. I like that one. I like that one. And y'all, so you're valuable to me. Listen to me. Boom, boom, room. You're valuable to me. Yes, I'm gonna talk crazy. Y'all talk crazy to me. But I'm supposed to sit up here. Well, yes, Rod Wells is okay. I ain't that type of dude, man. I ain't that type of dude, man. Y'all are valuable, man. Y'all don't understand. I love seeing when I see these names pop on the screen. Cause if y'all weren't on the screen, I'd be going doing something else. You follow me? So when yes, especially Simmons Sim, we go at me and Daryl Barnes, we went at it yesterday. Daryl Barnes was the first person back on the screen today. Y'all hear me? I don't want people around me that agree with everything I say. Listen to me. I want y'all. Y'all got my permission from this day forward. It's the 20th of December. I want you. If you can disagree, but y'all know you better base it with fact. See, Chris Walker don't believe in that. He just think you can have an opinion, and you just can have an opinion. You can just say, well, it's a spaceship coming down. Whoa. It's a spaceship coming down right now up over your head. That's just my opinion, Robert. But y'all, I look up there, ain't no damn spaceship. But Chris said opinions are good. I did. Everybody's all right to have your opinion. I love when you say, I'm gonna mention some topics. I want you to disagree. It's showing I don't want you over there. Yes, Robert. Yes, Robert. Yes, Robert. Yes, Robert. Yes, Robert. So I hope we understand it. Y'all got to realize this show. This show was derived. We had people. Listen to me. And all my people who regular. I call y'all not regulars, y'all, cause y'all notice I never called y'all followers. Never. Cause y'all not. Y'all leaders. Y'all ain't following nothing. In my book, y'all leaders. You follow me? We on a team together. And I want to share some. I'm glad I just thought about that. That's why I've always been uncomfortable with social media. Always. Y'all, I didn't have public social media ever until I started doing this show. Because I don't want people to just follow me. I want people who are engaged and challenge me and be curious. Y'all got a guy over here that got 30 years of knowledge in sports. I love when y'all ask me these questions about sports and the professional side of sports. I love it because I've probably been to places that a lot of people haven't had privy to go. And been in rooms that everybody don't. So guess what? I love bringing you. What's up there, Victor Givens? I love this stuff. That's why I say share the show. I love being able to bring this kind of stuff. But It's just so much stuff. Let me see. Uh, well, how did that get there? You know what? I'm putting stuff. Stuff is not in the right place in the book. But I want to share some with y'all today. It's breaking news. Uh, a billionaire mortgage lender, Matt Ishbia, is finalizing the purchase of the Phoenix Suns. You know, the Phoenix Suns, who's owned by Robert Sarver, that guy who we talked about him too at length on this show. Look up Robert Sarver, and you'll see why he was the owner that had to sell the team. They said a deal is expected to be completed in the near future. Deals like this take a while. This deal would end the tumultuous tenure of Robert Sarver, one of the worst owners in NBA history, and it's some more that need to get out of there too, and they're working themselves out. And the reason I share this with y'all, I've had for a month I've been wanting to talk to y'all about this, and I might have mentioned it, but who Matt Ishbia is, you know, unique story. I'm watching Real Sports one night, and and y'all need to share this show. Yeah, this need to be show. Every coach need to share this with their player. Every mother need to share this with their son and daughter. Every daughter, every friend need to share this with a friend. Matt Ishbia, he attended Michigan State. Y'all watch this. Show you how this stuff works. Well, is Mindy here? Mindy here? Y'all let me know when Mindy get in the building. Um, if you're a Michigan State alumni, you probably would know who he is. And several of my friends are Michigan State alumni. Okay. So Mateen Cleaves, who was a guy that we almost represent, but we became friends. So I've been knowing him. A lot of people. I tried to represent Draymond Green. Because my office, the CFO, the CEO of our company, office was based in Farmington Hills, Michigan, in Detroit. So we had a lot of in on a lot of Detroit guys. So Matt Ishbia was a walk-on at the university. At Michigan State University. Tom Izzo was his coach. He's a walk-on. Remember, I'm saying was a walk-on. Who used to have to earn minutes to get in the game. You know, when they go up, if you go in there as a walk-on, what's his name? What's the coach name? Izzo just didn't give it to you. You had to earn it. Listen to me. The man who just bought this team was a walk-on at the University of Michigan State University. Let me repeat that so the people in the back, that's why I say you need to share and text this show to your friends. He was a walk-on. You know how we on this show, some of y'all talk down on who? The walk-ons. Oh, he just a walk-on. Oh, he just a oh I'm too big to go to that university. I'm too big. I'm this. I'm this. I'm this. I'm this. I'm this. You follow me? Young man. It's a walk-on. University of Michigan. I saw it on Real Sports. Kevin Allen. Shout out to Kevin Allen. You need to hear this. The walk-on. University TSU, I think, got 3 walk-ons on the team right now. The guys have to go through everything those other guys go through. Getting up in the morning, lifting the weights, preseason training, off-season training. Might not never get a chance to play. That take a whole lot of character, a whole lot of discipline, a whole lot of everything. Okay? This guy was a walk-on. Preferred or not, he was a walk-on. He didn't play. Watching the video, I'm watching Real Sports, and I'm gonna share a little of it with you. I'm watching and his relationship. Y'all remember I mentioned on the show when the black coach from Michigan State, oh, what's his name? Y'all tell me his name. I can't believe I forgot his name. The black head coach for Michigan State. Y'all taking too long. I got to Google it myself. I'll Google it. Head Michigan State head football coach. Michigan State football coach. I just, I just blacked out, and I know exactly what I'm talking about. Mel Tucker, Mel Tucker, Mel Tucker was the coach for Colorado before the coach who Dion replaced was the coach at Colorado. He was two coaches over. Mel Tucker was there at Colorado. You took too long, Rick Brown. Mel Tucker was the coach. Then this next guy, then Deion Sanders. They gave him a big $100 million deal. This black coach, 10-year deal. Matt Ishbia, who had already given about $50 million already to the university. This dude who just the preferred this dude was a walk-on. Okay. Walk-on, right? He walk-on. Did I say he was a walk-on? He gave 55 million to his school. Then when it came time to pony up to get this new seat, the school, the universities, ladies and gentlemen, I'm trying to get y'all understand. The university, oh, it thickens. Oh, it Jessica know I got y'all. Jessica know I got a story. Jessica, guess what? When it came time, I'm trying to explain to y'all. When it come time to ante up them high salaries that these coaches be getting, it don't come from the university, baby. It come from the boosters. Michigan State couldn't pay Mel that much money. Matt Ishbia said, here 14 million. He got his billionaire friend. You put in 14 million. We keep on, and then everybody else. He was a walk-on. He wasn't a paid walk-on. King Sticks, get the hell out. King Sticks, just you and Mel. Hey, you and Mel Barnes. Just listen, okay? Let's just listen for a minute. Just listen to the story. Unless y'all want to tell the story. If y'all want to tell the story, email me and I'll let y'all tell the story. Okay? I'll let y'all tell the story. So, Jessica, this young man, when it came time, yeah, Jess, you know what I'm saying, Jess? You know how you telling a story and then everybody else want to tell the damn story, which, so, son, when it came time for Mel Tucker, they pony up this bread, this young dude that just bought the Suns, who was a walk-on, not the star. Because, hold up, the stars, Mateen Cleaves and Charlie Bell, and other, he employed them now. They work for him now. Let me fill my cup up on that one. Why didn't you tell that part, Daryl Barnes? Why didn't you tell that part of King Sticks? Since you want anything else we should know? Anything else we should know, gentlemen? Because I'm gonna help my two storytellers gonna help me tell the story. Y'all, come on. It's all right. Come on, help me tell the story. Let me give me some water. Hold on. Did I not tell you the stars of the team, the guys that went pro, they work for him now? He owned the biggest mortgage company in the country. Did I tell you that? I'm sorry, I didn't tell you that. Why didn't y'all tell me that? Barnes, why didn't you mention that? King Sticks, that's what I'm talking about. Let me tell you. Jessica, the walk-on Jessica told Mel Tucker. They said, Mel Tucker, we're going to keep him as a coach. He'll $14 million. Another billionaire, he'll $14 million. A walk-on. See, we always wearing and kissing the stars behind. We kissing the stars behind. Young cat got out of college. He said he learned so much about teamwork. And Izzo not giving him nothing. He had to work for every minute he got. Okay? National champion, 2000, I think. What's up there, Mr. Dot D? What's up, Dot? Hey, national champion, 2000. Okay? Matt Ishbia got a ring. Walk on, 2000. He knew what he wanted to do. He didn't want to do it, but he went into his daddy's business. His daddy was in the mortgage business. The young boy went in there. and turn his dad's mom and pop business into a multi-billion-dollar conglomerate. And the walk-ons, the stars of the team, the Mateen Cleaves, the Charlie Bells, they work for him now. But we worry about our boy being a star on the basketball team. And I like it too. I loved it when my son was a star on the basketball team. But it comes a time when you have to put that, what God, no. Yes, what God has, no, but God wants you got to work too. Faith without works is dead, D. That little boy went to work. D, think about what the kid did. The kid used the principles of his team. Check this out. I got something for you. You know I got something for you. Share the show. It's a great, this is great. Watch this.
Every morning, precisely at 10 a.m., each group at the company, throughout every division, has what they call a team huddle, led by a team captain who,
as a company, we had a pretty good day.
Yes, gives them a game plan for the day ahead.
How did you come up with this huddle?
In Michigan State, right? This is what we did. Like, how do you communicate? There's a leader, her, just like Izzo, just like I'm the leader. Everyone's collaborating together because we win together or we lose together as a team.
And just like a huddle on the basketball court,
1, 2, 3, dominate!
These huddles often end with a little flair, some more creative than others.
Every Thursday I used to watch Mighty Ducks.
I want to get a quack, quack, quack. Family on 3, 1, 2, 3, family!
The culture of competition is everywhere you look. At workstations, during sales calls, there are trophies for the company's biggest wins. Ishbia's company also has intramural basketball, dodgeball, and even beach volleyball.
Business is not that complicated. Get the best people to join your team, right? Just like in sports. Train them, coach them to be the best version of themselves, like Izzo used to do with us, and then treat them so well they never want to leave.
This is the stuff we need to be teaching our boys. AAU coaches, summer coaches, high school coaches, moms and dads. This man said, I told this on this show. My son said, Daddy, I might not want to play. If I'm not a player on the team, one day I want to come back and own the team. This was when I was saying, man, I can't believe you stopped playing basketball. He said, Dad, I want to be the one to sign the front of the check, not the back of the check. This dude was a walk-on. NCAA champion. Yes, you heard what he said. Treat them so well that they never want to lose. Tina, Mateen Cleave and Charlie Bell were pro athletes, NBA athletes. They both now work for him. So watch how you treat the walk-ons. That's why you treat everybody nice. It's a fascinating story, y'all. A champion, NCAA champion in 2000. He's been considered to even by the Commanders. Not sure how buying the Suns would affect that position in his bidding because you're using a lot of your assets. But they spent about $4 billion for this team. Also a fun fact I told you all about. He played 3 seasons at Michigan State, 1999 to 2000. Think about what this dude did since 1999. What have I done? I look at myself, the hell I was doing from 1999 to now. This man maximizing his dash. The dash is when you were born, that dash, and then when you'll die. He learned these lessons on the Real Sports. He always talking about Tom Izzo. The lessons he incorporated, leading. That's why you don't want to take your kid off the team. You don't want to take. I'm tired of school. I'm going here. What are you teaching your kid? A lot of y'all ain't going pro. I'm tired of this school. I'm gonna go here. 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 Go here. Good. What are you teaching? What are you teaching? The NBA, the Mercuries, the NBA Mercury, the WNBA, the Mercuries, the team that Brittany Griner plays on, also is part of a person. This dude is a big fan. He's a big groupie. I'm just telling you, he's a big group. All you got to do is look at him. They got intramural games. His team, again, he got all the pros on his team, and he beating up on everybody else in the comment. And be calling plays. Y'all, they say he had to calling plays that they used to run. All the stars that understand the play. He said he knew all the damn plays. He still know the plays. Mateen Cleave and Charlie Bell said, we don't even know the plays, what he called it. But he remembered every play. The walk-on. Purchasing this team in the neighborhood of $4 billion. Yo, this is a story. This is great. Think about this. Think about this. Yeah, he front row. He front row everything. He's a big fan. But he went and said, I can't play in the NBA. But guess what? He's a major player right now in the NBA. Y'all. Are y'all thinking that could have been one of Ivan Petty's sons? That could have been D. White's son. That could be Darryl Barnes' daughter. Y'all, I'm not telling y'all to brag about this dude. I'm telling you, your daughter, it could be your daughter and your son. The walk on that everybody talk down on. That's why I never talk down on the walk-ons. I didn't know this story was going to come out. I didn't know this dude was going to do all of this work, great work. But he's able to come back and employ the stars of his team. Do y'all think about how powerful that is? What is those dudes treated him bad in practice? Ivan Petty. What are those dudes with some assholes and treated the walk-on D bad, like a lot of us do? Because that's why I hate people. When I go somewhere with people, Tina, if I ever be around, don't introduce me as what I do. Just introduce, hey man, this is Robert Hatter. It's a friend of mine. If you any kind of dude or you any kind of person, guess what? They should know you gonna be around good people. Don't be commenting, man, this Robert, he's so-and-so. I hate that. One of my biggest pet peeves. Just let me come in. I'm just Robert Hatter. I'm your friend with you. Aren't you? I should stand on your reputation. You should stand on your own reputation. You don't need mine. We got to look, y'all, we doing things we've never done before. We in buildings and places we've never been before. I'm at a meeting the other night, at a dinner the other night. Somebody bring this person around me, and the person in the meeting, we just talking, the meeting was just at dinner. And guess what? This person just moved to town, and the things that people trying to do in life, in their career, I can help them with it. I can get them. through the red tape straight to the man. I didn't know this. This was just casual dinner. Casual dinner. I took them from meeting. They trying to come in through the HR, and I'm taking them to the owner. These are the things that we weren't always in these positions to have this power. I tell y'all, Google this guy, Mark Lowry. I done told y'all on this show, Mark Lowry, Marclore. Mark Lowry, one of the richest men in the world, just bought the Minnesota Timberwolves. That's like my son's mentor. They talk almost every other day. Now, he ain't, one thing I love about my son, he's not an opportunist. He ain't one of them, man, I'm finna go over here. I'm finna hang with these because these people can help me. He despises those kind of people. What he just does, he said, look, I just make myself so valuable that people have to come to me. He feel he the hookup. I ain't trying to use them for no hookup. He said, I'm the hookup. Little Rick said, he said, wow, speaking of intramural, I led my college football team to the intramural basketball title game. Then we lost to the fraternity. The rest were members. Oh, okay. See, he reminiscing. Yes. This guy was the walk-on. Absolutely. Absolutely. Tina, when y'all going out on these dates with guys, watch how they treat the waitress. Watch how they treat people. Yes, watch it. Guys too, watch these women too. Because these women, they different. You never know. You never know. I told this story, Tina. You weren't around. I go my son's building. I go up to his building, where he work at. I walk in the building. He take me upstairs. I go, hey Tina, I'm so Tina. You know I am. I went back downstairs to do. I don't know where I went to get, but guess what? I got to talking to the people who let us up, the security, the janitors. I got to talking to those people, and they just said, he treats us the way he treats the CEO of the company. He said, thank you for raising a young man like that. I want to see what he's doing. Because guess what? He could be up there getting a big head. I don't know. I don't live up there with him. But I know what I put in him. Sometimes everything we put in him don't come out of him. So when I look at this story, I think it's a fascinating story. Let me tell you something. Phoenix let me tell you something. And one thing I did learn about him, he's not a Budinsky. That ain't no word. Always butting in. I give all this money to this university. He ain't one of them type of boosters. Y'all know like them boosters y'all got at Texas and the ones at A&M who always want to flex their muscle. I don't like Charlie Young no more. I want to get rid of him. I ain't going to spend another dime if you... He ain't that type of dude. You feel me? So shout out to Matt Matt Ishbia. That's it, Ishbia. Oh, Matt, that's a hell of a name. But yeah, there you go, Uncle. There you go. I pay his salary. I talked to some Michigan State alumni. Jamel Hill, the Michigan State alumni. They said this dude here, man, y'all do y'all thing. Y'all do y'all thing. Y'all the experts in this. Man, shout out to y'all. That's a lesson for us to give to our young kids. You can be the you can be the bench, you can be the walk-on, son. and wind up being the owner of an NBA team. Shout out to that guy, man. I'm going to take a quick break. I'm going to come right back. Y'all, we got to look at some of these examples. I told y'all, everybody, they might talk about it on the show, but they ain't going to talk about it like this. I'm talking about how it can have an impact on our next generation, man. Our young, we need a million of, see, we keep giving these stories. Why couldn't this be a black dude buying this team? Why didn't Robert F. Smith buy this team? Why? It's a good city, a great fan base. I've lived in that city. We'll be right back. Chop, chop.
The Cox Prater Law Firm. Big city, big town, big settlement. Your fight is our fight. Need legal advice? You know who to call. Personal injury, wrongful death, car accidents, premise liability, serious injuries. 1-800-HURT-NOW. The Cox Prater.
Welcome back to the best 120 minutes of your day. The Chop Shop, the nation's #1 urban sports talk. This is Robert Hatter, man. I'm just back. I got so much. I'm trying to see where I want to go with this. I found out. I was trying to look through my notes and have so many of them, and I wanted to share with y'all about the young girl at. Oh, by the way, it's an Arctic cold front is expected, just in case they text it to me. It says for my neighborhood. They and then they gave me some stuff to do. An Arctic cold front is expected. It's gonna be cold, so I'll cover up your pipes and stuff like that. A lot of minorities do not get the same opportunities. Okay, no matter how wealthy they are, society can't see past. I got you. But guess what? Let me tell you something. Uga, Robert Smith, they would have let him buy a team. They would have let him buy a team. He just didn't want to. For some reason, he didn't want to. I sure would like to talk to him one day, just to ask why. These guys print money. You know, you buy the team for $90 million. Now it's worth $4 billion. But the other day, I was talking about. I'm trying to find it. I got so much stuff in these notes that shout out to Chris Paul. He graduated from Winston-Salem State. He said, I wanted to graduate, just to be like them. Then he did some things for his, I got a lot of stuff. I was just behind today. And he did some things for those kids, gave each one of them a bank account with it's going to wind up maturing to $2,500 for each of the kids. I still trying to find this thing because I saw something very, very troubling in the news last week. But I'm trying to find it. Don't mind me right now. But it was a young lady at Winston-Salem. The teacher called the police on this young girl. And in this climate, you don't want, I got it. Somebody called and told me, Robert, if you're calling the cops on black students in 2023, you should not be teaching at an HBCU or anywhere. You follow me? Chris Paul, at his former school, Winston-Salem State, they made headlines as 2 campus police arrested a black female student in a classroom after disagreement over the assignment with the female. Do me a favor, go back and listen to the girl. A little harsh now, but you know she's a little. To me, she just what she was interviewing with Roland Martin. I said, wow, well, slow down, mom. Meet with. But I think Chris Paul got a chance to meet with the girl before his graduation. And what they were telling me, and I wonder, do I want to play it? A professor at Winston-Salem State had a student arrested for not apologizing for raising her voice in retaliation of the professor's raising her voice first. The little girl, I'm just me listening to her. I can imagine what happened in the classroom, but it was no reason to call the police on nobody. Don't put the police in my life. They said to anyone who needs content, let me give you some content. I don't know how true this is. It's just people reporting. They said the student was there to present her group project for her final. Yeah, that's right. It's finals time. She had emailed the professor a few days ago before to see if her project was right. But she got back with her 6 hours before it was due. She decided it wasn't worth it to fix it. So she came in her group. So her group wouldn't get a bad grade. Okay? Watch this. For not presenting. The professor saw that she didn't fix it and started berating her in front of the whole class. Now, if it's a group project, why is he just berating her? I wasn't in there. I'm just giving you what they sent to me. The student defended herself, saying that she only got you, teacher, you only got back with me 6 hours before it was due. Then the argument gets more heated, and what else they said? Hold on. Professor asked her to leave. So I got a question. When a professor asks you to leave, should you leave? I'm talking. Let me tell you something, man. King Sticks. I ain't gonna even answer that one, King. Oh, Stephen. See, I ain't been listening to Stephen A. Smith. See, y'all don't listen to him too much no more. He spoke on this Friday, and he called out the university. That's the school he went to. He went to Winston-Salem State. Stephen A. Yes. Okay. Thank you, Tina. But Tina, I got you, Tina. Watch this, Tina. She said no, because then she and the group would get a 0 if she left the room. The professor leaves with another teacher and comes back with the black cop. The student on her TikTok says he's exactly very nice and tried the black cop, de-escalate the situation. It wasn't until the white cop comes in that things get bad. This is why we need black cops patrolling our communities. The professor said to arrest her for causing a disturbance, and they cuffed her. But then say, wait, apologize me and you can go. And the officer says no. So the white officer says to take her. And it's all on TikTok. Chris Paul got with the people, talked to the people. I don't know what happened afterwards. But what y'all think? What y'all think? What y'all think? He said, I asked my oldest son what else did he want for Christmas. He said to get his best friend a new pair of shoes because his dad is locked up. Wow. Wow. Thank you, Herb, for addressing that. Thank you. This is what this show is about. The show, this kid, the black officer tried to de-escalate it. The white officer came later and took over. My problem is the black officer, who was the first on the scene, had, man, come on, man. That's, yeah, come on. You know how this stuff is. But you're absolutely right. Whatever happened, they didn't need to involve the police. The police shouldn't have been in the room. The girl didn't threaten to whoop her, put her hands on her. She shouldn't have been in the room. What is this lady doing teaching at a HBCU? Go look at it for yourself. We got sometimes, you know, we getting on Dion and talking about Dion and Dion ain't this and he's sold out. But you got universities that's hiring people, Victor Gibbons, that's calling the police on our kids. Where have this person been? And know when police come around black kids, women and men. Sandra Bland was a woman. Tatiana Jefferson was a woman. Got another one for you. I saw some people talking about this the other day. I heard. And I thought it was interesting because I'm glad it was. Yeah. Absolutely. So all I think, y'all, when this stuff happens to these kids, man, all I think about my baby. I think about my sons and my daughters. Man, I say, man, I wasn't there to protect them. I saw this, y'all. Guy said this. Let's talk. Somebody, text some more people. Text and tag somebody, because I want to get this out. And if y'all don't want to talk about it, we'll move on to the next subject. But I think sometimes, because I don't even know. So I want to know from y'all. Dude said he was at dinner one night with an NBA player who loves to train and work out. And he asked a great question. I want to know how he asked the question, and I want to know how you could have answered this question. What makes a great basketball trainer? What makes a great basketball trainer? I'm a basketball. That is Moody. You've been around. What makes Kevin Herb? What makes a great, not good, great? What makes him great? What makes? And I'm gonna go through some of the comments that they put in this thing. What makes great? It's a lot of comments. A lot of comments. Somebody said subjective. I like that. Me too, because good training for this guy might not be for this guy. Nobody yet? Nobody. What makes a great trainer? Basketball trainer. What makes him? Talk to me. Anybody know? What makes him? Y'all holler. Talk to me. Oh, y'all typing too long? Somebody just say, let me know. Can anybody hear me? It depends on the individual. A great basketball trainer. Thank you, Mark Elvis. Thank you. Great basketball trainer. Y'all got to realize this stuff is, a lot of people don't know this. Me personally, I don't know what make a great one. A great baseball trainer workouts to assess the needs of the player and input from the player what the player wants to work on. Okay. Okay, Mark. Anybody else? Able to communicate with the player. That makes you great. What considers you great? Notice I use that adjective great. Training a kid in his weak points and not their points. Being honest with the kids and their parents. Okay. That makes you great. Okay. All right. Keep going. Anybody else? I'm going to just go through some of this stuff. If the white officer's status of ranking is higher, he can take control of the scene. Thank you. I'm glad we got a police officer there. Thank you. I'm just curious. Just curious, D. White. I just want to know. I just want to know. What up, Doc? You didn't know I was going to bring you on that quick. You said, wait a minute, let me see where you at. No, you was over there. Let me try to get you a team in. No, I was just talking about Jimmy. Somebody asked a question. Somebody went to dinner and they talked to an NBA player and they asked him a question. What makes a great trainer? So I was just asking questions. What makes a great trainer? I don't even know. I can't even tell you what makes a great trainer of a basketball. Jimmy, I ain't going to tell you no lie. I can't sit here and be all articulate and tell you what I just can't. I just can't. So I'm asking, Olga said, when you actually see the growth of a student, achievements, make the student great. Notice I was talking to him, this guy was talking to an NBA player, and he wanted to know what was a great trainer. Jimmy, not good. Jimmy said, I watch words. He said, great. He didn't say good now. Then Mark Edwards said you have to watch the player perform with his team and understand how he's been used and skilled. Okay. And increases the player's value to his team. Brandon said it depends on what you need. One of Curtis' trainers was there for Curtis when his shot went off after his growth spurt and would be available for him to talk to him if he needed him and still contact him this day. Okay.
Man, I got a lot of questions for trainers on that topic. I really do.
Oh, you do? What make a great one? Not a good one, Jimmy.
Yeah, I mean, but I'm thinking when a person said good, they probably mean great. They just
But see, I take people. You know how I am.
We just give benefit of doubt that they meant good/great, and we can entertain both.
Okay, all right.
But here's the question: like you just mentioned something from Mark Edwards, and you might have to put that on the screen because everybody.
Okay. Let me go back.
Matter of fact, while you're doing that, let me share the show.
Okay.
And I'm gonna ask everybody.
Is this one right here? Which one with Mark?
Let them know Jim Mix back, baby. We back.
Okay.
Let's do it. Now, this one right here. You have to watch the player perform with his team and understand how he's being used and the skills that increase the player's value with his team to his team.
Okay.
See, let's say, for example.
But Jimmy, he ain't gonna play on that team forever.
That's for example.
Okay.
This kid is in the 11th grade. Going to the 12th, which is the most important summer/fall for an unsigned senior or a rising senior. And he gets you to become his trainer. And if you're going to measure it off that, then you hadn't seen him with his team yet because the season doesn't start till November. So is that non-applicable in that situation for that particular trainer? Because otherwise, a lot of people that get trainers, first of all, I would think that you have to ask them what are they trying to. Different people are trying to reach certain short-term goals. Some people are getting a developmental trainer to become to increase their odds of getting a scholarship immediately. Just if you're unsigned senior, start to panic. I need to get this guy now. He's going to probably cost a little more, but he got A, B, and C. They got scholarships under him. So that means now you're getting this guy because you think he's going to save you thousands of dollars and get your kid ready to get a scholarship. Now that doesn't have no direct correlation to getting him ready to advance his team into the playoffs or the postseason or to the state tournament. Because at some point, a parent, like most of you parents, I know times have changed, and so have y'all. More of you parents are happier if little Johnny gets 30 and they lose by 30 than you are if he gets 10 and you win by 10. Hope that's soaked in. This being what I'm seeing.
That's good.
Hey, guess what? Hit dogs holler on that one.
And guess what? And you transferring it down to here, because this was an NBA person talking to an NBA player. It was asking an NBA player. That's a whole different. Yeah. So, but we can use this universally, like you just came and used it universally. So, okay, I'm with that. We can make that happen.
You know, and I'm looking at some of the comments. Olga says, for example, you see a student before he starts training with that great trainer, then you compare him after training session, you see how skills. Okay, well, yes. But then does that mean that the guy is not a great trainer if your kid does not advance with those skill set in the same time window? Because if we truly believe that all eggs don't hatch on the same day, then your kid might be able to, the muscle memory of your kid may not be at the same plane of the next kid. And also, if your kid, who you're playing against and displaying those skill sets against, you're learning some. Just think of it like this: how would you left-handed? I'm right.
I shoot right-handed, but I write left-handed.
Yeah.
Oh, it's weird.
So let's say if you're learning to write with the other hand.
Okay.
Right? That's learning a skill set. That comes with some muscle memory. And a lot of people who've had a hand in a cast or a hand accident, then that's the prime time they learn how to shoot, or they're forced to enhance that opposite offhand with their skill set. That's the times you see that happen. Right?
You might tell you, man, what makes a great trainer? Not being a cookie monster. Them cookies be good. Cookie.
Bert and Ernie, baby. So,
yeah.
That might take Shadow Show, because your following base, they could get some of this good stuff, because so many people have relatives, not just limited to their primary family, but so many people have relatives that are in this situation. And nowadays, it's one of those things where you almost feel you got to hit a trainer, because most people aren't in top shelf professional prospects where a trainer would insert themselves into their lives on an investment of their time. Meaning that if you're that good, then often, guess what? John Lucas might take you in for free, but he might charge the next kid $1,500. That's the nature of the business, because you're going to take a gamble just on your skill set, because if it pays off, you're locked in. Hopefully for the short to near far term as an employee, as a staffer of this guy. Like I said, I love it when the trainers come to the front of the room and they address and they answer those questions, as opposed to a lot of them sitting back in the back of the room, twiddling their mustache, like, okay, let's see who he's talking about. And this could be teachable moments. It's not an attack on anybody.
No,
I just like it because it's so broad, and a lot of parents they really don't understand what they're getting into. For example, 10 years ago, 10 to 15 years ago, that was a guy that was a prominent face in grassroots basketball. And over a period of time, he earned a reputation that it became so profound in Greater Houston that if you were a front court player, a big man, then it was almost very advisable from plenty of people in the community would probably recommend, hey man,
Need to go see him.
you need to go take your, hey man, you got a big boy, man. He need to put his fingerprints on it.
Absolutely. Keith White.
And then all of a sudden, you start getting those big guys. Then more big guys wanted to come. And then it became to whereas he became possibly a threat to many of the sneaker programs who had more influence on a lot of the big guys. So now, if you send your guys to him, and the parents come because
they want to stay and play with him.
They might want to play with them.
Mm.
See, when he was a puppy in the game,
Mm-hmm.
puppies were cute. You coochie coo with the puppy. You rub them, you hold them, you cuddle. So they're no threat to bite you. Now, this guy hadn't necessarily bit anyone, but it was the fear of the unknown. So then people start to say, well, man, he all right, but man, I got this guy over here, man. He got big, that guy's, and then all those excuses came. Well, why would you send your kid over there? It's going to be 20 guys in the gym. How he's going to pay attention to your one kid when this guy can give you one-on-one? It was okay, though, just, how the song go? I think it's what's the old rapper? Too Short. It was all good yesterday. It was all good. It was all good a week ago, and this guy's name was Keith White with the Houston Hoop Stars. He was known as the big guy.
Guru.
Yeah. And it was punctuated because he got a big guy, and he did get a couple of big guys, and that was basically somebody else's heavy trash. Mm. And next thing you know, he took a kid like Cameron Ridley from riding the bench as a 10th grader of all the high schools, Stratford High School. Yeah, Stratford. He went to Stratford before he went to Bush. Mm-hmm. Went to Stratford and was coming off the bench. Took Cameron Ridley and gave him to Ronnie Courtney, who was at Bush High School. The connection, how old to Ronnie Courtney? Well, because Keith White and Ronnie Courtney both played basketball. They both attended the same college, McMurray University. Mm-hmm. See, connection. If you didn't know that. Ronnie Courtney, Keith White, McMurray. And so if you're going to, Ronnie Courtney was like, okay, the mama want really to move or whatever the circumstance. I ain't going to turn down that 6'10" at the time. And next thing you know, Cameron really ends up making the McDonald's game. End up becoming a McDonald's All-American.
That's a true story. Great story.
So then all of a sudden now, Keith White, once again, like I said, shortly afterwards, he had another guy that came up under them. Several, but I'm trying another big guy. I'm trying to think.
I don't call Fabian a big guy, but he had Fabian.
Yeah, Fabian White was the next one up under him. I said front court player. That's what I said at first. Okay. And I just, if you were a big man and he was a front court player, Fabian White was the next guy up.
Right.
The kid that nobody even took Fabian White seriously.
Nobody. I know I didn't.
And Fabian White was the perfect
candidate
to go up under there because he too made a transfer. Was at Kingwood High School. Dad and mom bought another property. They moved into another house from Kingwood after the flood. Remember, they flooded in Kingwood. And they moved into a Atascocita zone. They loved the area. They moved to Atascocita. So Fabian White goes to Atascocita. Next thing you know, they have a kid named Carson Edwards there who's up and coming, and Payal. Fabian White, not only does he gets stronger, he enhances those skill sets, he gets better, the team wins. Fabian White becomes just, very, very attractive as a prospect. University of Houston gets him. Next thing you know, you see Fabian White 2 years later. It's looked like he's got on steroids. I say looks like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the rest is history.
When he got his grown man body on.
Played the most games, started the most games
Yeah,
played in the history of University of Houston men's basketball. Fabian White set the record and graduated. So I mentioned guys like Key White because this was just he's back into coaching now. He got out of it because once again he got sick of and this stuff will make you puke.
Oh yes,
mentally. You sit around and see what's going on, how the change of it. It's like in certain people, Keith White had a family to raise. He had a son. Him and his wife, lovely wife, they were raised, got old enough to where, man, look here, I'm missing weekends. I can be with my kid. And so it's reinvested into his family. But then his son became of age to whereas now I think his son's playing. So Keith White came back coaching those younger teams. So now, once again, everybody has big men. People saying, well, man, we're lacking those front court guys in the city. Well, why y'all not taking them to Keith White? Or why you not recommending Keith White anymore? He's still around. So has he lost it? Does he know less than he knew 10 years ago or 7 years ago? That's the thing that in society, it's like we'll help each other, or we'll help you do good, but we don't want to help you do great. You're too good because remember we got this thing. We got the fear. We don't want, and I hear coaches use this a lot. We don't want you to catch the big head. That's almost like saying you don't want me to dance in the end zone after a touchdown. Well, for me to dance in the end zone means I have to have made a touchdown. If I make enough touchdowns, you as a coach are going to win a lot of games. And then you think about it. Those are the people that a lot of us remember and we fail to give the flowers while they're still living. So there are other trainers around, and a lot of trainers more than ever right now in Houston because it's become a popular trade or a popular career or side job for a lot of former basketball players. And
now it's a thing, Jimmy, that keeps them connected, man. Some of them guys like to teach. You know what I'm saying? And it keeps them connected. And they asked a question the other day, man, and I'm glad you're here. I saw this, and maybe people can be helped with this. They said don't wait until March, mamas and daddies, to start looking for an AAU team. Lock in soon with a team. Otherwise, last week, March 1st, week April, then people talking about, I'm sorry, it's too late. And then another guy came in and said, people said there are too many politics in high school sports. Mm-hmm. What are some of those too many politics that surround high school sports?
I mean, there are politics in everything in life. And either you're going to play the game or the game is going to play you. And you're dealing with this youth sports. I'll say it again. Now, that don't mean you got to go and kiss abundance of ass. I'm saying this tactfully. Either you're going to play the game, meaning from outside the playing field, as a parent, as a person that's in control. Either you're going to play the game or the game is going to play you. Meaning that either you're going to get whatever you can out of the sport, or the sport could possibly get whatever it can out of you out of you and your kid, and then chew you up and spit you out, and then you have nothing to show for it. So you're going to play the game or it's going to play you. That's the way I look at it. So if you choose to be that one and try to fight and prove it and be the crusader against youth sports to try to prove that you can do it the right way, then so be it. Going on. And it's probably going to cost you 5 times as much over rack value of whatever the market is. And you're probably going to end up at the end of the day wanting to kick yourself in the ass. I mean, seriously.
Right.
So politics could be because these kids, so many parents have, because the system that's built in amateur, let's say basketball right now, and I can use all sports, but we're just going to talk basketball because it's basketball season. So many people have treated, when the kids are at a young age, they treat rankings as either one or the other. You treat it in the same breath as parents do to kids when they pass by McDonald's. A kid don't know that what McDonald's is. A parent uses McDonald's as a carrot, as an incentive, that if they did well, that if you go to this, you're going to go to this restaurant and we're going to get some French fries and a Happy Meal, and it's going to be, that means you did a job well done. That means you've been rewarded. So that's why kids often say in the back seat, when they're a young age, when you're riding by one and you ever had your niece and nephew, and what's the first thing they see? They see one before you do. What do they say?
McDonald's.
Yeah. Because they want to be rewarded. It make a kid feel good. So we plant that seed about rankings. Somebody else's opinion, if we can get you on that list, it's going to make you feel good. I ain't got to worry about you. Your self-esteem is going to rise up. And we're going to have a happy house because you ranked. That's how parents look at the rankings. That's how they treat it. So that means if you don't put that seed in the mindset of a kid, and you don't close don't close their windows of learning, to whereas when their peers going to try to tease them why they ain't ranked and they are, their comeback, if your kid is a 3.8 or honor society student, for every kid that points at your kid and say you ain't ranked, your kid easy comeback would be what? I'm on the honor society. You ain't smart. That would be your comeback. Okay, you ain't ranked. Well, yeah, I'm in law school. You ain't smart. Duh. Let's make a 40-year bet. We meet up in 40 years. Put 5 racks on it, 10 racks on it, whatever it is. Let's sign a deal right now. You can win, and you can teach your kids to have that advantage. That would be the comeback. And I guarantee you, if you had 10 honor society student athletes versus 10 of the basketball players or the football players or the track and field, all combined, and you bet who's going to be which, those 10 or those 10, what majority would be economically more stable in 20 years, 40 years. I'm going to bet on, I know which way I'm betting on. But I didn't say who would have, if you add up all their money together, I say which percentage out of the 10. That means somebody would have 6 out of 10 would win. I'm going with the 6 academics, those 6 that got the 3.8s, the 4.0 GPAs, the 3.5s even. I'm riding with them. My money riding on them all day. So you have the same capability to plant those seeds into your kids. And even for those of you that do, you probably have not done it and let them know that their peers are going to catch them away while they're at practice or in the classroom and tease them about the rankings when they come out. And then once their kids chasing to get ranked, they wondering why they get ranked. So now you got to pay more to get more training, because that way now a person going to tell you, you're going to meet one trainer. Trainer A is going to say, well, I know Jim Hicks. It's my dude. You come to me, I can get him ranked. So that's when all of the politics that people don't like come into play. Because now, do you rather him be a ranked 9th grader or a ranked 11th or 12th grader? Because if the objective is to get into college or increase your odds of getting that scholarship offer or that basketball opportunity for your kid, then you should be thinking in high school, it should be a 3-year plan. 3 years, meaning that means you'll be on point. Because at the time the 4th year is completed, hell, that's maybe too late for most. So it's not really a 4-year plan. It should be a 3-year plan once you reach high school. That's the thing. See, by me telling you this, that means it almost feels like cutting a hole in some people's pockets. But it's not. It's about just being realistic with a lot of you people out there, a lot of you parents out there, and you know how you can help stop this stuff from going so far to the left. All you have to do, if more of y'all talked with each other, if more parents would just look at the rankings list and you're in the class of 2023, and you have an unsigned senior, go look at the list of rankings from unsigned senior, from 2022 and 2021 and maybe even 2020, and look and see where the guys went who was around the same height as your kid, what some of the schools they signed at. Then go look up those schools on another screen on your computer. Look those schools up and see how that kid is still doing. If he's still there, how many minutes he's playing. If he's playing minutes, let me tell you a secret, guys. If the kid goes out of town and he's still playing 2 years later, 3 years later at that small school, that means the coach that got that kid, that's a job well done. If I went out of state to a city like Houston and got a kid and he's playing at my non-Division I school, and he's playing and he's there for 3 years, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, even 5 years, guess what? Hannah, would you not want to go back and get another one?
Absolutely.
So what the hell are some of you parents waiting on? You don't need, listen, you have the power inside you to go and take out the time to do some of this stuff on your own. You can simply, I'm telling you, I say it again. If you have a kid and he's in the class, if he's under 6 feet tall, let's talk to that fragment of society. If he's under 6 feet tall, then all you got to do, let's look in the rankings from 2022. Let's look in the rankings from 2021, those classes. And let's see what some of those kids, look about where your son is ranked, if he's ranked at all. If he's not ranked at all, then look anywhere from 50 on down in those lists to 100 on the rcsports.com. That's what I'm talking about. And you look and see some of those schools. Write those schools down or screenshot it with your cell phone or make a copy if you have ink in your printer. And then just go down the list and look those schools up online. go to basketball, go to their roster, see if the young man is still there. If he's not there, then you don't have time to find. That's not your business. Why? Not your concern. If he's not there, then that means that experiment did not work, because many coaches will feel like I could go and get a local kid that's under 6 feet tall, that's going to be a better, have, the family will be closer if the kid needs them than to go all the way across the country to get a kid from out of Houston again, because the last one did not work. This is how coaches think. Not all of them, but this is how a lot of them think. That's why I always tell people, look first at the schools that's near you first. University of St. Thomas. Go look at the Lee Junior College, Angelina, Blinn, Lamar State, Port Arthur. You go look at these small schools first in your vicinity, your proximity. And then you go from there. And you push out. Then you go look in the cities. And I always tell you parents this. Find the cities that you have relatives that you would not mind your kid being around on a Sunday afternoon if they're cooking dinner at supper, and the kid, rather than eat bologna sandwiches in the cafeteria, they can go and hang out at your cousin's house. That's why I always say, find that city or that town, then locate the 3 closest non-Division I schools, and you simply reach out to them. It's just that you have the power to do it. Trust me, people aren't banging those coaches' doors down with questions, especially this time of the year. They aren't. You call, they answer the damn phone on the first ring. And you get their info and you tell them you're interested. And let's see, let the chips fall where they may. You want to know what's the process? Can we get some film up to you? You could do that. Now, if you have the disposable income to where you can afford to pay somebody else to do that for you, then more power to you. You're economically advantaged. But most are not. That's where the problem becomes, because now everybody feels that a magic wand is supposed to be waved just because you went to work out with certain trainers, and just because you made a sacrifice to move and your son is playing with a certain school. I don't think y'all number 1 team in the area was Beaumont United. Of course, we all know about Wesley Yates III, who signed with University of Washington, right? And we all know that Traylon Porsche is committed to Prairie View in the sport of football. But Beaumont United have a couple of other 12th graders on that team that have yet to be offered an opportunity to play in college. You go name the school out there, and I can show you a couple of, at least 2 seniors that's playing that doesn't have college opportunities. But now's the time to get that stuff in order. That way you can get your application process in order. And most people wait because they thinking that because your son, right now, let me tell y'all something, guys. Tell you something. A lot of these college coaches at this point, they can give a damn what summer team you played with 6 months ago. For you seniors, they don't give 2 shits as to who you played with 6 months ago. Because in all likelihood, many are going to be doubling down and playing as a 13th year, 13th grade player this summer coming up as an unsigned senior on another team. Them guys don't care who you played with last summer. No matter how much you love that team, how many T-shirts you bought, how many itineraries you did, how many hotels you helped book, how many vans you drove from the airport, them college coaches can care less. And hell, I want you to keep score. How many of those teams gonna give you a Christmas card and say Merry Christmas, thanks for all of the times that you drove the van, that you put your credit card down on the hotel rooms, that you went and cut up some damn apples and made peanut butter jelly sandwiches or whatever the hell you make for those kids after the games they play now during between games, those little snack packs. Either you're gonna play the game or the game gonna play you. There you go, Your Honor. Okay.
I said, wow, that's good enough. That's good enough. I mean, and I just hope y'all understand that. I mean, you did say something, Jimmy, while I was away. You talked about the timeline from the ninth grade to the 12th grade. And you said, ninth grader, where you want him to be? The best ninth grader. That's my favorite thing because John Lucas told me, what you worry about it? He can't go to college in the ninth grade, can it? No. The 10th grade, he don't care about nobody best 10th grader. You want him between that 11th grade and 12th grade year, that's when he better be shining. That's when he can commit. That's when he can really do the things he said. But you were saying about somebody getting in your pocket early. What you mean? Not training early? I think you should train early as possible. Because you're not gonna get, if a kid don't know what to work on in basketball, man, basketball is a skill game. See, football, if you can just go out there and run fast and you can go try out for the Rockets you can go out to the Texans Tuesday today and go out there and try out for the Texans. You can't come down there and try to try out for no Rockets right now because you got to have the skills that you've acquired over years. It's things you got to do. You got to think real quick. You got to think with your feet. You got to think, when things, the change of the flow of the game happen. So you got to know all of these rules. You got to know when to travel, when to put your feet, or how to jump stop. If you jump stop off 2 feet, if you jump off of 1 feet, which one is a travel? You got to know and be trained all of that stuff, Jimmy, at a younger age, so it can become automatic at the end. But you mentioned something about getting in your pocket early, and I didn't understand what you meant by that when I was away. What you meant by that?
No, I don't think I said about the pockets. I mentioned that some people may feel like I'm cutting a hole in their pocket.
Yeah, cutting a hole in the pocket. That's what I mean.
Yeah.
That's what I said. I'm sorry.
That, some people may feel that I'm giving up the game, and I'm by empowering the parent.
The parents.
And the more educated that the parent becomes, that means it's nothing worse for a company than an informed, educated consumer.
Not if you got a great product.
Not if you got a great product.
If you got a great product,
most out there are going to cut corners on the product. That's
why I asked you, what's the difference in a great trainer? That's what what's about a good trainer? Because and the unique thing about it, I was you just running stuff through my mind. And parents and trainers, nobody is telling people not to use you. I think you're very valuable. We just got to figure out what we have to do. Parents, you just got to make sense. I got a friend of mine, his little son, and he finally enjoying the game now. And I just tell him, man, now it's time. He got to know. We got to know how to pivot. He got to know when. And basketball is a lot about when and what. You can have all this information, but if you don't know when to do it, how to do it and when to do it, it won't help. And it gets frustrating sometimes. Well, Robert, he got him going around the cones, but guess what, mamas? Them cones don't move. When little Johnny coming at your son's ass, he get to throwing that ball away. Then you're gonna wonder what happened, because what that particular person hadn't put him in a position where a body's coming at him. You know them, like them little cones, they inanimate objects, they don't move. Little Johnny can dribble around it. Oh, Robert, he dribbled around Robert. Oh, he got the handle. But when little Bubba coming at him and trying to steal that ball from him, can he still be under composure and be able to lead his team and be able to do things? Big man, will he be able to catch the ball in the post with a lot of hands in his face? Some guys can catch it when ain't nobody there, but you got to be able to catch it and finish in practice. So there's just a lot of stuff that need the mamas and daddies, just a process, and it's just got to play out. It's got Jimmy. Jimmy. I sit there and watched it. I had to do it with my son. I told you the time I took him to the trainer. I took him. I'll never forget. He was going to Cedric Ward. I call his name out. Me, him, and Rashid. Did you push? You push mute Jimmy. Me and we was over there working out all the time, right?
Cedric Ward.
Yeah. So guess what I did one day? I went to the ATM and brought the money back to pay Cedric. Robert said, "What, Dad? Would you bring him some money? Would you been paying him for this?" I said, "Yeah." He said, "No, don't give him another dime. I'd rather you work me. I learned more from you than I worked up here. I was just coming up here and Coach Rashid was up here." He said, no. I mean, but the kid was smart enough to say, "Dad, you worked me out better than him." And if I had, think about it, Jimmy, if I hadn't went to that ATM that day, I would have been still giving that dude their bread. Because Jimmy, you know why I didn't mind giving the bread? Because I got tired of teaching. But it's hard teaching your son when he got a hard ass head. It's hard. Jimmy, it was worth me to just give him the money and just let me be a dad and sit in the stands and do this and be on my phone. But I was blessed enough to understand and know the game well enough to just and Corey said that's true. I'm telling you, he told me. I mean, he watched the show. He'll tell you. He said, "Man, don't give that man another quarter." I said, "What?" He said, "No, man, I learned from you than I ever learned from any of these other guys." That's why I started training him myself. When he told me that, I said, "Okay, all right, come on, let's go to work. Let's go to work." Yeah.
Yeah, man. So
I hope that helps somebody.
Yeah, definitely hope we did. That's why we asked you guys to share the show, and you share the show to your timelines, share the show to your pages, to your groups.
Hold on, man. No, he did say it. He didn't say he was trash, though. He didn't say it, Uncle. He just said he learned more from me. He didn't realize that Uncle said the trainer was trash. No, he just said he learned more from me than in other words, that he didn't say it was trash, but your information is very valuable. If you're going to be paying somebody, pay yourself. That's what I was getting out of it. That's what I got out of it. If you're going to be paying somebody, pay yourself. Yeah.
Indeed. We got man, so much other stuff surrounding the horn before we get ready to land the plane shortly.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, with a missed on. Shout out to Duncanville High School.
Yeah. What'd they do?
They went 2-0,
mm-hmm.
and in the Hoop Fest in Paradise this past weekend, down in the Bahamas, Ron Holland put on a show.
He did.
He's playing like he wants something. And you could tell it's like he's playing like he's
playing like he's supposed to play. A high level dude supposed to play.
And against other high level dudes.
Absolutely. Absolutely. There
In
you
the
go.
money game, you got to put your fingerprints on games, win or lose, if it's a money game. And when you're ranked in the top 10 in the country, virtually every game you play is a money game because number 11 and number 12 is watching your ass.
Yeah.
Waiting on you to have a bad game.
Yeah. And waiting to get hold to you.
You know, the recruits of your recruiting class is watching you to see if you don't perform, because now they saying, "Oh man, he done fell off." You know, I can go in there, I can take his spot. So every game is a money game.
Right.
Hey man, but Ron Holland, man,
He played. Okay. I like that.
he was a leader of this team coming in and performed. And then when in the first game they played against Roselle Catholic out of New Jersey, that was their first game of the season. They hadn't played no games. So people say, well, and Duncanville beat them by 15. Jumped right on them like they stole something. I mean, well, it took a third quarter run to bust the game open. Don't get it twisted. They both were sizing each other out. You're going through your scout, you know. And the thing is, think about it like this, Hal. You hadn't played no games this year. Duncanville had played like 11, 12 at the time. Well, you can say why you lost is because, man, the kids hadn't gotten no rhythm yet. They hadn't played any games yet. Well, you think about how many game films you possibly have of Duncanville playing, though. Think of how many opportunities that you have to put into your practice sessions.
Jimmy, sometimes that don't work. All that over
No,
analyzing. Sometimes that work against you.
No, but what it does, but what a scout can do, remember, it sets the tone of you getting out the gate. Eventually, ballers gonna ball. Because it's hard to keep somebody confined to young men confined to that type of goal for over 32 to 40 minutes. So that scout can help you with, like in the first quarter, it's kind of like boxing.
But Jimmy, every team scouts. So the team that get their ass whooped scouts.
So where did Duncanville get to scout them from then, Howard?
Yeah, but I'm saying, that's why I never pay too much attention to the scout, because it's both teams get one team gonna get their head tore off every game. So, and both teams scout. So I'm just, the scout, yeah, it's how you execute to me. You follow me?
As I said, where did Duncanville have to scout against this team from?
No. I'm just talking about, period.
I'm talking about in general.
Yeah, I'm talking about in general. Hey, Jackson State scouted the hell out of that other team. They knew, Jackson State knew everything North Carolina Central was going to do. Everything. They had 3 plays, and they couldn't stop them damn 3 plays.
That game came down to you knowing, as part of your scout and your special team scout, knowing what a weak link was. And they found the weak link on third down, that is, and was it fourth down?
But they found the same thing happened on the other team. Jackson State scored every time they scored. So
I'm talking about at the end and overtime. You found the weak link to tie the game back up, and you just did not execute.
We did. So it ain't had nothing to do with the scout.
No. It does, because the scout helps you know what play to call.
So that was a perfect play that was called to the tight end. The tight end just missed the pass.
That was a perfect play. Might not have been the only play but
it was perfect. He was open. He was wide open.
And he dropped it. You got to execute.
So the scout, that's what I'm trying to tell you. I think you give a scout just have you prepared for things. I think both teams had, because Jackson State did everything they wanted on this till they wanted. Anytime they, Jackson State only problem was what? They had the 1 turnover. The other team didn't have no turnovers. Travis Hunter, dude hit the thing. Travis Hunter running with the ball, and Helmet hit the thing. Turnover, very important turnover. That 3 points we talk about the boy dropping the pass. That drop, that turnover by Travis Hunter could have cost them the game also. That's why Deion said, we lost as a team. So they scouted, hold up, Jimmy. They scouted Shedeur Sanders. They had 1 million tapes on him. He still threw for almost 400 yards. So you can scout all you want to. Can your guys win their matchups? That's what I like to say. Can you win your one-on-ones? And guess what? Hey, some teams don't win their one-on-ones and some do. That's all. But hey, I know you like the scouts though.
Well, yeah, no, because it helps you with helps you to identify with tendencies of a team and players in certain situations. And
absolutely.
And that way, now it gives you the opportunity to decide what are you going to do about it once you identify it. That's why people watch film and they'll notice.
Oh, you got to watch it. Yes.
Some guys don't use their left hand in certain situations.
Yeah.
Well, guess what? What are you going to do about it? You're going to make him go left and just get and make him and don't let him come back to his right. You know, some guys, if some guys are vulnerable at the free throw line down in certain situations. Absolutely. Down the stretch. Absolutely. So those are the guys that, what are you going to do about it? Well, we need to foul. We're going to foul his ass because he's 15% from the free throw line. So those are things that just gives you, it gives you better odds.
I understand, and crucial parts of the game. I sit and watch this summer at the Summer League, and I never forget this. And this something I heard, and I thought it was the most profound thing. One of my partners I was with was a GM of a team, and he said, I'm bringing this guy over. And I said, you bringing him over? He said, Rob, for 4 minutes, he's optimal. He's great. My thing is, we can't play him for 4 minutes. After the 4 minutes, he get to doing that stupid stuff. So our job is to play him for only those 4 minutes. That's how, you talking about scout, that's how finite this game has gotten with this analytics. But I like that. What else about the game? What else? So Ron Holland was the only Texas team there?
Yeah, it was basically 7 teams total.
7. Why odd number?
Because the way he done it, Glenn Smith, the event organizer, he incorporated 2 of the locals.
But I'm saying, but usually you have to have somebody had to set out one day.
Yeah, one team.
Okay.
The
local crowd.
A triple header on each day.
Okay, and one person just
Remember, 5 USA teams, 2 Bahamas teams.
Right.
The 2 Bahamas teams only played one time.
Okay.
The 5 teams each played twice.
Okay.
Right? So that means you got, if 2 play each other, that means one team left over. That one left over played one Bahamas team on one day, one Bahamas team on another day. So that's kind of like, that's how you make the odd number work. And triple header, that event though, oh man, shoot! Hell, I got some good stuff regarding to that. That event is pretty much like, I would call it, it's a gold mine waiting to happen, because it's going to, all it needs is to simply attract more corporate sponsorship, which helps absorbs the multitude of expenses, because Glenn Smith pays for the teams to fly in. So he's playing. They had one team from the Bahamas had to get your plane to come in. They from the other side of the island. So he pays for them to come in, pays for their hotels. He's feeding the teams. Imported collegiate refs. They had 4 refs and they rotated and stuff during the things. 2 of them from the ACC. Forgot what the third, what the other conferences that they were represented. So those are college refs. Abundance of expenses. And then you got a chance to watch the game free on hoopfesttv.com if you're in the States. So think about it. It wasn't the crowd. That's year number 1. The crowd didn't pack them in, but a great event. Remember, a crowd makes a great atmosphere. It makes a great ambiance. But you don't need a crowd to make a great event. Hope you guys understand that. You don't need a crowd to make a great event. You just need the product, the talent to be there, and the energy level that the teams and the people that are present are exuberating throughout the building. And that's you got some action. But shout out and applaud Glenn Smith and his family for taking on and embracing that dream. Give a shout out to two of the locals that put their fingerprints and put on in allowing the doors to open up in the Bahamas to make it happen. And those two individuals would be for giving props would be Frank Rutherford and Lyndon Rose, both Houston residents and Bahamas natives. And they made a couple of phone calls and it helped unlock the doors for Glenn to proceed with his vision, with his dream. And think about it, guys. This stuff ain't easy, being an event operator. And a lot of people look at the end result. They don't think about all these expenses it takes. It's a lot of doggone expenses, man. And then they stay at the Baha Mar. That's the name of the hotel. The Baha Mar they have two main resorts in Bahamas, Atlantis and Baha Mar. How good Baha Mar is the newer one, the most recently built one of the two. Atlantis. It's great, but Baha Mar is more up to date. Put it like this: Michael Jordan was in town. He stayed at the Baha Mar. That's where he was staying at this past weekend. So that means if MJ in town, also Derek Jeter was staying there. He was there. CC Sabathia was there. Him and Jeter, they partners, they teammates from the Yankees. So CC was down. They was kicking it.
Are they owned by the same owner?
Who that? The Chinese.
Atlantis or? And
I know. I don't know who owns Atlantis, but I know Baha Mar is China influence. Okay. That resort.
And see, Michael's a gambler. So he like to stay hotel where he gamble at. Maybe he ain't gambling.
It's a big casino in the middle of town.
Yeah. But I'm just saying, both of them gambling. He done stayed in the Atlantis before and the coast. Yeah. But see, when gamblers stay at places for a reason, because they gamble. Gamblers, they stay when they go to certain hotels because they say, I'm gambling at this hotel. And I'm gonna live right here at this hotel. But keep going. So what else? I mean, any other basketball? So
I got to chop it up with that's the second time chopping up with him though. I didn't see MJ, but I saw and talked with Charles Oakley when we was in the cigar bar together down there. So we chopped it up for a few minutes with Oak. He asked for one of the Hick sticks. And of course I had sold out, didn't have any with me. But now I just got my new shipment just came in and the guy delivered the new shipment of Hick sticks last night at about 10 o'clock. So I'm back in business, baby, with the Hick sticks, Howler. Remember, we sold out of these things in 4 days. 2 or 3 weeks ago? 4 days. And look at them things.
Y'all be my guest. I can't do it.
This thing bigger than your middle finger. They bigger than your middle finger. Look at that. That people don't realize this a fat one right here. Your finger hide behind that.
They call them something. It's a name for it. It's a name for the style. Each size got a name for it. I forgot what they call that size right there.
I don't know. This a grande right here. This a jumbo. Hey, make sure. So if you want to put you guys want, these are great holiday gifts. Hick sticks. It's a Madura.
Hey, Google Joe just Google something right quick at the bottom. Oh, Google Joe Corey with his good Googling ass. He just Googled talking about Chow Tai from Hong Kong. He was texting me the other day, Googling while he was texting me. I said, you gonna be Googling me? Give me your own word. That's Google Joe right there. Corey Michael Henderson, Google. That's his name.
And shout out to Houston Christian.
What they do out there?
They just won again. They're in Las Vegas playing in the Tarkanian Classic, right?
Why did they go to that event?
It's a good opportunity to go to Vegas, and of course you have Montana Wheeler, who's a super sophomore from the area, from Greater Houston, that is, in that very deep class of 2025. So you give him an opportunity to play in front of Dinos and his staff, Ronnie Flores and those guys. That way it eliminates the excuse if they do not know. It increases their odds of getting an invite to Pango's camp. That's how, in a nutshell. So you go there, you put in work, but in all likelihood, I'm curious. I don't know if Dino's watched them play or not. Or Ronnie Flores. I check and find out on my end. But Houston Christian, trust me, they know if Dino's or Ronnie Flores was in the building or not. They know if Frank Burleson was in the building or not. And what it does, if they wasn't, then, it's also, think about it, for a team like Houston Christian that has played and had a pretty good season, had only lost one game so far, and that was the St. Michael's, I think, out of Austin. It's like a good bonding trip. Team get to go to Vegas. They had Chris Paul HBCU games were there the other day.
TSU played. TSU played him.
TSU played up there. So, had opportunity to go up there and, and get some work done and bond and get to see some of the other teams around. My thing is I don't really take much stock in you get to see some of the other teams play because some of these players already are playing against some of these top players on these top teams around the country. So it's not like oldie days when they were exclusively shielded away from these guys or not able to see these guys play.
Who lost the PSAT in St. Michael?
They lost the PSAT. Lost twice. I said lost one loss. They lost twice. Houston Christian did.
Okay.
So two losses.
PSAT, they good?
PSAT, they're Greater Houstons right now on paper. Right now, on paper, off paper, on the court. Mm-hmm. They're the best non-public school in the area right now. Mm-hmm. That's safe to say.
Okay.
That thought would have, remember over the weekend, Legacy lost to Shadow Creek.
I saw that.
Without a very depleted Shadow Creek team.
Right. Was the Legacy supposed to be good?
They were supposed to, remember, Legacy picked up Smurf Millender a couple of weeks ago. So you got Fred Payne in the backcourt, Smurf in the backcourt with him. You got a little Howell kid in the backcourt with him. You got all these other kids with this team and all these unsigned seniors that's saying, okay, man, they made the transfer to Legacy for greener pastures to increase their odds, and you lose to a team that pretty much has no upperclassmen with Division I offers.
Absolutely.
That ain't supposed to happen, Adam. Ain't supposed to happen. But it did, and it does. It just, one thing about it, man, and they have a good infrastructure. We've been and provided this platform. We've gave Legacy, the School of Sports Science, more talk time than anybody in the world.
Absolutely.
And you say, like, what do you do now? And Alfio comes on, we appreciate it.
Absolutely.
But Alfio, we know that we gave them, but when I said it all the time, and it kind of just tastes so bad when it comes back to bite us, is that people, at the end of the day, people don't remember what they ate for breakfast. Only what they had for dinner. At the end of the day. And that's
So
the
you're
truth.
saying you don't think we appreciate it?
Put it like this, Al. On the front of this magazine, I did not have to include Fred Payne on the front cover of this magazine
So why did you?
because I felt like validating legacy by acknowledging one of their players who is signed with Boston College. I say it's been times where Legacy, the School of Sports Science, ain't been necessarily happy with me, and I ain't been happy with them. But at the same time, that was a proof that I'm going to put my money that cost to buy this ink and to buy these glossy colored pages to acknowledge one of your kids on the front cover of my magazine on the 20th year anniversary. And I've yet to receive a call from Legacy to say, thanks, Jim Hicks, great looking magazine. Do you want to bring some copies over here for the students to get? None of that. That ain't why I did it.
Wow.
But that's the damn truth. And people say, man, that's wrong, Hicks. Why you going to bring that up? Well, if I don't ever bring it up,
ain't nobody going to ever do nothing about it.
Thank you.
I never thought about it because I never looked at it that way because their founder has been on this show a couple of times, Kerry Brown. You're right. They have received more ink than anybody, any school from this particular show. Right? I mean, it's facts. And you might be on to something. You're right. Alfio Beasley, unbelievable. But guess what? Jimmy, you might be on to something there. Maybe that not happy with you, unhappy with you, might be unhappy with me too. You know, because one time they came, somebody just sent me a text, and I read a text that the guy said that team got beat by the speed limit. And maybe they mad about that. I don't know. But y'all, all we doing is reporting what people write to us. I just don't understand. But you're right, Jimmy. Stuff should be reciprocated back to people. And we just don't understand that. I never thought about it like that. But shout out to Alfio Beasley because we speak and talk about the Legacy School of Sports Science all the time. So guess what, Jimmy? If it's a problem, it's their problem. It ain't ours.
Like I say, it wasn't premeditated. Understand? For no reason did I say I'm gonna put Fred Payne on here and hopefully Legacy.
No.
It's just that looking back on it.
If somebody did something for me like that,
yeah,
I'm gonna call, man. Thank you, man, for looking out for my kid. It don't cost nothing to do that.
Don't cost nothing.
You ain't got to buy a hick stick. But my kid is on the magazine, and I don't ask for some of them to sell to them. And yeah. Hey, y'all.
Fred Payne had it was 1 week ago. 1 week ago, Fred Payne text me on the messages, whatever, the DM, and asked could he get some magazine, a copy of the magazine for his folks. I say, wait a minute, this book been out for over a month. Wow. You don't have a copy of the magazine yet? Wow. He said, no, sir. I say, young fella, this is date night. It was a Wednesday, 1 week ago Wednesday. I say, but you come and meet me down 45. I'm coming out there near there. We're going to go to one of the restaurants. Meet me in the parking lot. I'll be there in an hour or whatnot, 2 hours. You know, whatever time it was. Set the time. Young fella there on time. We come there and give him the magazine.
That's awesome.
To take this family. I say, now you can sign the front of them and they could be Christmas gifts.
Right.
Because you might not have the budget to buy gifts for some people in your family. Sign the front of it and just say happy holidays or thanks for your support. Give one to your preacher, one to your granny, one to, and I told the young fella. But my thought that's what I'm saying. It didn't dawn on me until then. Then I became consciously aware. Wait a minute.
Kid realized what you did for him. The kid realized it.
Yeah.
He did. Kid got it. Everybody don't grow up being have a chance to be on the front of a magazine. I don't care which one it is. How many magazines you been on the front of? Everybody. How many magazines you been on? Corey, I know you ain't been on the front of no magazine. How many magazines you been on, Michael Smith? Man, shout out to Fred Payne, man. Yeah, shout out to that kid, man. Kid got a lot of class, man. A lot of class.
Yeah, man. Yeah, so that's the thing on that. Also got a chance to watch I actually watched the foot, over there on those islands, how you can't watch no certain certain YouTubes and all that stuff blocked out. So you can't watch none of that stuff there. So I had my street sense kicked in. Because everybody, we thought we was going to be able to, I had my iPad with me. Normally on location somewhere, I'll log in to my Direct TV account and watch based on the house and watch Direct TV on my iPad. Well, you couldn't do that over there. Mm-hmm. So we was going to watch the North Shore Duncanville football game, which turned out to be a great game, right? Saturday evening. So I thought about it. I say, you know what? I told the Duncanville basketball coaches, I say, check your traps. I guarantee you that somebody y'all know is going to be live streaming Facebook Live in the game from their garage, from their man cave. I guarantee you somebody going to be doing that. And sure enough, within 10 minutes, they had texted me a link. I said, when you get it, text it to me. Then that way I can open it up on my iPad. And we just got us a little baby TV right there in the lobby. And I got my bottles right there. And we had a shop. We might have saved, watching that game out with 2 half gallons, we might have saved $700 worth of drinks. Pouring our own drinks in the middle of that doggone on a little real estate in the lobby. I'm just telling you, each drink is $20.
Y'all should have been watching. Oh, she do. Come on. The hotel.
Each drink is $20 a glass.
That's why I don't drink.
In the casino. $20. No, where you going there? $20.
Even when you was gambling?
Well, no, they bring it. Yeah, you got it. But
you should have been gambling then.
Well, no, it's smart now, Hal. You got to, it's depending on which table you gambling at, based on how fast they come around.
Crap table, they come.
Yeah, they might come based on how many people there.
Uh-huh. Right.
So that's the thing. But anyway, we watched the game and shout out to Duncanville football team. Finally got their licks in on North Shore High School.
Good.
The quarterback came up a yard short. Kind of remind us of that Tennessee Titan Super Bowl back in the days when the kid was a yard. Steve McNair fell a yard, 2 yards short of the goal line. And but great game. Shout out to them. Also, I noticed that Colorado now, all eyes on them and the Deion Sanders thing about the portal. I think one of the reserves from linebackers from Clemson has announced he's going to Colorado. And this kid, Levante Bailey, he started a couple of games, maybe 2 games during his 3-year career there. But he's an upperclassman. Basically a reserve most of this year. But guess what? We'll see how that works going over there. Now, all eyes on Travis Hunter. Where is he going to go? That's the question in the portal.
Guess where he at?
Where he at?
Colorado.
That's where he at?
Yeah.
Okay. So
yeah.
He going to go and just and
I'm just telling you where he at. As of yesterday, he was in Colorado.
Well, that could have been an official visit.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
I'm just telling you, guess where he at? He could have went somewhere else.
Then again, school is out, so yeah, he's moving. The moving company is working. You're in the moving business down there in Jackson, Mississippi, boy. You can make some bread.
Dude, he never went back to Jackson. He was already packed up out of there. All of them. All of them. If they didn't go back to Jackson, they got on a plane. They got on a private plane and left, Jimmy. Like Chris Walker. Who was that going to text me? Chris Walker talking about, how's Dion? I said, on the private jet, going to his $5 million a year job. You asking me how he doing? He doing all right. Yeah. No, I ain't seen the picture. I just know where he at. I ain't seen no picture of him out there. I know where he at.
Hey, I'm looking, I'm seeing Corey Henderson says DFW sweet. Yep, DFW won.
Yeah, they won
the
football.
6A the 6A Division 1, 6A Division 2, and 5A Division 1 championships. And now the topic has resurfaced just as it did in basketball. And you think about it this. I look at the connected dots. What do you think is about to happen? This attendance had this weekend for the Duncanville North Shore game. Mm-hmm. The attendance was, I think it was about 40,000, right? I got the numbers right here. And I'm pulling them up or attempting to pull them up. It was 40,056. That's the paid attendance, or that's the announced attendance, right? So this stat was the lowest that's been since 2017, since before COVID. This is the lowest. So you would think that, and basically one of the things you can take that is, remember, early on it was a lure of everybody going to Jerry's World, to go in to just to see, and it was the Taj Mahal of Texas for stadiums. So to go, let's go check this out. But now a lot of the teams have been there, done that, and more opportunities to watch these games on television or on live streams or whatever. Then I was reading the thing on the screen,
right.
And so this is a conversation, because even before the game, days before the game, what's our guy name with Channel 26 with Fox, the local Fox, Mark Berman interviewed the North Shore head football coach, and he was talking about the game, just giving them some coverage before they took off to Dallas, and he was like, "We have to travel 300 miles. They have to travel 11 miles. This game, this is by no means we going up there and playing these guys. We done played them 3 times in a row, pretty much. This by no means is a neutral site." And so now it comes into play, because it ain't just a Houston thing. These other teams that's from Austin, from San Antonio area, not to mention those teams, whenever a team from down in the valley happens to advance to state or El Paso area in football, which El Paso, they wouldn't beat the Dallas teams out, but just say if one did, let's say that drive is bearing on those kids. When other people can sleep in their own beds. So now the topic is the UIL, and I've talked with somebody, they can't ignore the conversation, because number one, do you think, this was what told to me, do you think the UIL, or right now, after everything that's went down in the past 1 year, do you think that they're trying to do something to help Duncanville in the future? You see? Do you think they're trying to help Duncanville? Hell no, they're not going to try to help Duncanville. So that's why you can rest assured that they're going to consider putting the state tournament either in rotation or moving it away from Dallas. It's kind of like Tom and Jerry. You're going to shoot up the whole house trying to kill the mouse. And and they've already done it for, in case you guys, in case you don't know, in case you have missed out on this, the basketball region class 6A region 2 tournament for boys has been in the Ellis Davis Fieldhouse each of the past few years. The region 2 is mixed between DFW teams, some greater Houston teams like Cypress, Klein, some of those districts like that, and mixed with some teams in between the Waco area and Lufkin, right? Well, that region, people were complaining and had been complaining with emails and upon emails, and Cypress found themselves on the bottom end of the stick a couple of times from going up there, traveling all the way to Dallas, same thing, and they get to sleep in their own beds, and it's known that it's going to be like that. Something has to stop. Cypress ISD is the third largest school district in the state of Texas. You have Houston ISD, Dallas ISD, Cypress ISD. The UIL has moved the Region 2 Class 6A tournament. Is no longer in Dallas, starting effectively, is no longer there in March. They've moved it to Lufkin, Texas. Lufkin was where the 4A region tournament was last year for the first time. Remember, the 4A used to be at Samuelson State. Then they moved it down. They moved it somewhere else for a year, and now it's a year or two, and now it's going to Lufkin. I mean, it went to Lufkin, and now the 4A is going to Bryan High School. Bryan High School. That's where they're going. So let's get this right. Based on the complaints that was thrust for basketball, which is a fraction of the people that are involved with football, the UIL cracked and gave in and moved the Region 2 tournament to Lufkin. Then later on, it was after the hearings and the court procedures that they realized that Duncanville is ineligible for the postseason anyway. So still, whatever teams come out of Region 2, whatever teams advance, those final four teams that advance, they got to meet up in Lufkin, Texas. So if they did that, then why would you think they won't move the football state tournament or make an adjustment or a modification to rotate it? Think about it. They can go either three things. They can go to Houston, Dallas, San Antonio, go to San Antonio, Houston, then back to Dallas. That way they can get it every third year. Those are the three major markets in the top three major markets in the state of Texas. Or you can opt to put it on, to rotate it into college campuses. Well, the college campuses, the only difference is practice time, right, with those teams that may be still preparing for bowl games. You can go from University of Texas, you can go Texas A&M, you can go Baylor. Those three, that could be in rotation. I doubt that would happen because what if it's raining, then you lose revenues, possibly. And you could mess up the turf on those fields. The grounds crew would have that much more work to do. And if you do it for one college campus, then the other college campus is going to cry this unfair recruiting advantage, as they did for University of Texas with the basketball for years and years when the basketball state championship was held there. And understand, we talked about the UIL before and who is who appoints and who oversees, who's over the UIL. And that's the University of Texas. The UIL's headquarters is in Austin. So it gets to the point but yeah, I'm reading some of the comments. I see you, Jeffrey Day. Yes, the Region 3 6A is now at the Campbell Center for boys and girls. The boys 5A Region 3 is going to be at the Berry Center, but the girls will be at the Merrill Center the week before. And the boys Region 3 Class 5A and Region 3 Class 6A is scheduled to overlap each other. And neither district is willing to compromise. Neither one is willing to move the time up or down. So as it says, fans are going to have to pick for Region 5 finals or the Region 3 6A final, Region 3 5A or the Region 3 6A. That would be in in March. So that's the thing. I want to just chime in on that and give you guys some skull therapy on that. And yes, Rod Wells Lufkin was basically too small for 6A. So it's going to be intriguing to see the capacity, how it would be able to hold the 6A teams that have to go to Lufkin. The 4As are going to Bryan High School, which that's going to be pretty much the same size as that Lufkin new arena that they constructed, which is nice, great ambiance, but I'm worried. If the right team with the right following, you got times 4, that place only holds about 2,500. I think. Somebody can look it up. Or it felt like 2,500. It might be more than 2,500. I think that. Now, somebody asked me, Kevin Frankman said, talk about the Fur Booker T. Washington matchup last night. I went to the game, saw the game. Of course, that was in the hood. And Fur Booker T. Washington, I encourage you to go. I wrote a detailed recap in the VIP news. And why would I read it all or say it all on the Chop Shop when you guys can go and read it in the VIP news? And it's very detailed, quarter by quarter, as to what I saw, what I noticed. Remember, when I'm watching some games, I try to purposely notice some things that, unless you're paying attention, that most people probably won't notice. And I noticed some stuff, and I've shared it with you guys in the VIP news on rcssports.com. So make sure you go check that out. And also we have the freshman report on there as well. You can check that out. But I can say about Fur is that I put a tweet out a couple of weeks ago, and I basically put everybody on notice. Say, yes, Silsby and Booker T. Washington were the favorites in 4A in this region. And however, Fur is the most dangerous team, because in 4A basketball, they have the type of athletes, interchangeable athletes, that can really get out of this region. This Fur team, it just depends on which one. Understand, we haven't seen the best of Fur yet. You won't see the best of Fur until February. You won't see the best of Fur. You'll see the best of Fur when they play Booker T. Washington February the 4th at 4 p.m. at the Pavilion. I got that date stuck in my head. I need to look at no notes for that. February the 4th at 4 p.m. at the Pavilion is Booker T. Washington Fur Part 2. And it will mean something for both teams. And Fur has been playing all season without their best athlete, their most recruitable player. Hell, he's already signed a Division I scholarship to Oklahoma State. His name is Cameron Hurd. He hadn't played at all this year in basketball. He's resting and recovering from a leg injury obtained during the season, during the football season. He's expected to rejoin to make his season debut mid to late January. So that means about February 4th, even though he's still gonna have some kinks. That may not be your best Fur team then, but he'll have enough adrenaline in him because he wants to be a part of beating Booker T. Washington. And Booker T now, if they hadn't have more incentive now, had enough incentive to try to win, they lost by 1 point last night, 51-50. Next time they play, both of those teams are damn near have 50 in the first half. I'll tell you that. It won't be that low scoring of a game next time. But shout out to Fur. They got it done. Told you guys about Fur. Understand now. It's old cat. Old cat ain't done. Old cat know a few things. You guys pay attention. And that was pretty much all for the day, guys. We in stream overtime. Got to get out of here. And yeah, got to get going. And I'm going to close it on out for how to. Meanwhile, don't forget about the Hick sticks. You simply go. I think I'll post. I don't know if I could do how to do it. We'll post one up on tomorrow on the Chop Shop. We have a link for you, and I'll put it on my social media accounts on how you can obtain one if you get them in the mail. Thaddeus Moody, we get yours in the mail now. We had to wait till the next shipment came in. Lupe Nunez, Chad over in Arizona. We'll get you guys sticks. You guys will be able to puff on these Hick sticks real soon. And if you're from out of town, like I said, these some great Christmas holiday gifts for your loved one. These are the Hick sticks. It's the real deal. These are the real deal. And if you're in Houston, I can tell you how you can get them. You simply send me a DM, and we go. And we have 2 locations that will have them. One has some right now, and that's the Den Cigar Lounge on Alameda. The THE, the Den. It's a brand new cigar lounge just opened up right off the intersection of Alameda and Blodgett. And they will also be in Bottles Liquor Store that's located in Edo, East Downtown Edo. I think it's on the corner of Navigation and Jensen. Bottles Liquor Store. That's former one of the basketball enthusiasts, Corey McCoy, is the proprietor of that establishment. He's lit up the Hick sticks. He's like, man, I gotta have these. So we're gonna have them in the Bottles Liquor Store starting tomorrow. If you want to order some, you want to have some shipped to you, and in many cases, I will even go and meet you if you live in Houston on the side at one of the gas stations, one of the restaurants, and deliver if you buy a certain amount. So get your Hick sticks. Let me know what you think, guys. But anyway, it's time to slide down Dino's back. Yabba dabba do this thing on this Tuesday. We'll see you guys on tomorrow, and got a whole lot of topics to talk about. We're going to share with you on tomorrow as well. We go in depth with a lot of the things. Don't forget, you also can go in the front of RCS Sports and check out the top games to see today. Many of them have concluded. They started at 1 o'clock, several of them. There's a few more tonight that are in action. Check it out, rcsports.com. But we're about to get out of here now. Thanks a bunch for tuning into the Chop Shop. And you make sure you share the show on the way out the door. Peace, guys. We out. Chop Shop.